Now that we've learned all the notes in the treble clef, in the bass clef, and the notes on the piano keyboard, let's learn about how many beats each of those notes get. So the first note value that we're going to learn about is called an eighth note. And an eighth note can look like two ways. The first way is if you only have one eighth note. So like this. It's a black dot with a little flag on it. And now this is one eighth note. And one eighth note gets 1/2 of a beat. Now, there's another way you can see eighth notes, and that's if you have two eighth notes together. So, you have two dots, and they're joining hands like this. And that's two eighth notes. And two eighth notes together receive one beat, because two halves make a whole. So, two eighth notes make one beat. Alright, so the next note that we're going to learn about is a quarter note. And a quarter note looks like one eighth note, but it doesn't have a flag. It just has a flagpole. And this is a quarter note. And that receives one beat. And after that, we have an eighth note. A half note. And a half note looks like a quarter note, except the little dot is empty. It's just a circle. And that's a half note. And that receives two beats. And lastly, we have something called a whole note. And a whole note looks like a half note, except it doesn't have the flagpole. So, we call this one a whole note. And that gets 4 beats. So, normally when we're trying to clap beats, we sort of give them names. And we call eighth notes T's. And we call two eighth notes, well, TT. A quarter note, we call that a ta. And a half note, we call that a ta-ah. And a whole note, we call that a ta-ah-ah-ah. So, ta-ah-ah-ah. That represents 4 beats. Let's practice saying a rhythm pattern. So let's just erase some stuff here. Alright, so I'm going to draw a rhythm pattern. And we're going to say it together. So, eighth notes are T's, quarter notes are ta's, and half notes are ta-ahs. So, we would go T-T, ta, ta-ah, T, T, ta. So this is how we would say it. T-T, ta, ta, T-T, ta. Alright, so that about covers the time values of notes.